Okay, Sarah, where are we?
We are here in Colorado Springs with our very good friend Michelle Osterday. We've been up a few times. The last time we saw each other was what? Was that in Arizona last?
I think it was.
Wow. Tell us a little bit about your experience as a traveler. How long have you been traveling? What do you consider yourself?
Oh, geez, that's a big existential question right there. I don't know about that one. Yeah, I've been traveling for, what is it, 3.5, 4 years? Okay. It seems like forever now. I think it's been about 3.5 years. But yeah, I live in my motorhome, and wherever I'm parked is where I'm at for the night, and my address for the night. So, but I'm mostly a Colorado Springs girl.
Cool.
So,
yeah.
It's interesting being on the road all the time, depending on what city you're in.
Sure.
I found pretty quickly that if you're in an RV, that you'd have problems being able to just park like anybody else. So you have to learn to adapt and where it's cool and where it's not, and try to have a level head dealing with people.
What are your tips and tricks regarding that?
Just try to always be gracious when dealing with people who may not treat you that way.
Okay.
Because it happens a lot. And it's unfortunate.
A lot of misperceptions.
A lot of misperceptions because I'm in a motorhome, yeah. It's really kind of strange, and it's kind of hard to describe, and I don't know if you guys end up doing it, you'll figure it out the hard way. But it is a lot of fun, and I wouldn't go back to a static place.
Okay.
I'm too used to being on the road now.
Sure. The reason why I ask what you are is because as we travel, we often hear people, we call ourselves gypsies. I have friends who say they're nomads, you know, or vagabonds,
right.
or, you know, everybody has their own identifier.
Well, when I do perform, I call myself a traveling showgirl, so it just goes with the sparkle of the burlesque world, I guess.
Right.
And it seems a lot more glamorous than it actually is when you say that. Because it's really not.
So you're a traveling showgirl.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Just the last week I did, 3 shows in Denver, and I actually had to go to Pueblo to get my costumes out of storage a couple times because I had shows booked and then had other ones come up. It's like, oh crap, I was just there. Let's go back. Literally the next day. So, lots of local traveling. I don't really stay put too much.
What kind of shows?
Burlesque. The last one I did last week was for a movie soundtrack. So I did my Peggy Lee Johnny Guitar number from that old 50s Western.
That's cool.
And then it's kind of an odd combination of things, but I do a Torchwood Captain Jack Harkness routine for all the nerds out there. Any Doctor Who fan should know about
over
that.
My head.
Yeah. So I got a couple of nerdy routines, and that was one of them. So I did that one, which was fun because it's the closest to cross-dressing and doing a drag number as I can get. Because I can't pass for a guy. It's never gonna work. So I have sparkly girly clothes on underneath, which, if you know the character, works out just fine.
That's interesting. So, like, burlesque seems like obviously a career choice that could lend itself easily to being a full-time traveler.
Yeah, if you have your own funding, it's very much something that you do because you love the art form.
Sure.
It's not something that you get paid properly for or enough for to travel usually. Strippers are smart, that work in strip clubs because they get mad money and minimal costuming. We do the opposite. We do the opposite.
Photo shoots are convenient that way too. When it goes the nude way.
Yeah, right. Little gear to travel with. Did that as a teenager. In my late 18 to 22, I did a lot of that. Back in Ohio. Which you wouldn't think would be the place to do it.
So do you miss having a home at all? You said you don't think so?
Not really. There are a lot of times where it would be nice to have room to spread out again and not be confined to 22 feet. But that's probably the biggest complaint.
What makes you feel at home when you're traveling?
Let's see. I don't know. It's kind of nice because I kind of always feel at home because my house is always right outside. That's the big thing. So I really don't need anything but food and the basics, and it's
Isn't
cool.
it interesting how it comes less and less needs?
Yeah, even though I do have an inordinately high amount of shoes in my RV, I noticed the other day. God, women in shoes. Try
Comes
as
with
I
the
might.
costuming territory a bit too.
It does. But I have extra shoes. They need to go to storage. It's bad. It's a problem. I don't even know how they get in there.
Really interested in finding you here in
Facebook as always. You can find the Miss Teresa fan page, and I have a blog for Miss Teresa Traveling Showgirl. So you can find me online easily if you do a search, which may be not the most comforting thing to say, but
I think,
hopefully it's mostly good stuff and not bad.
I don't know how you feel.
Yeah.
We find since we don't have a home to rob, we're not so concerned about
Right, you really can't.
people knowing our whereabouts
unless somebody's
too
going
much.
to follow you around literally on the road. That's a concern.
You're right.
When I first went out on the road, I did join a couple of Facebook groups specifically for RV people and people who travel, and it really helped a lot because I made a few friends I never would have met.
Sure.
That are still really good friends, and it's just awesome to be able to go and network with these people and meet with them and hang out with them, and I don't know, traveling
a
is
networking
special.
and support group at the same time.
Yeah, the world gets a lot smaller, even though it seems like it's getting bigger because you have to travel to get there. It's a strange thing.
Right. Well, or
Very
you can
lucky.
fly everywhere like everybody does.
Yeah, and I hate flying. Last time I did it, it was terrible. Terrible experience for me. Far too sensitive to be in a confined cabin. It was literally torture. Like the first burlesque festival I did in Las Vegas, I flew out there and that was my last flight ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. How many times have we connected on the road out of nowhere years past? And it's
At least three or
times,
so.
3 or 4?
Yeah. No,
So-
more actually, because in Denver too. I forgot we did meet up in Denver in the
Did we?
airport. Remember that time we were
Yeah.
stranded in the airport, Brian?
I do.
Yeah, that's right.
That was the last
You guys
time.
remember more than me. My brain's so
Takes a
bad.
little bit sometimes.
I know, a little jogging. Too many places. That's one thing about being on the road. Sometimes you wake up and you go, wait a minute, what city am I in?
True.
Where did I park? Where am I? It's never a comforting feeling. And it doesn't kind of stop as time goes on. It's just an interesting quirk.
Well, thank you so
Yes,
much.
thank you
Yeah, it's
very
great to see you
much.
guys.
Always. Yeah.
Nice surprises. That's one thing about being on the road, the nice surprises like today.
So this is home sweet home, huh?
Yep, and I don't know, this seat moves. There's a little lever here where it'll face more front. That one's locked.
Yeah, it's a nice little house you got here.
Yeah, it is a little house. Yeah, life as a showgirl on the road. I think it's still a good idea. I do still think I'm a little crazy, but I really wanted to do it.
Yeah.
No, it's
there's nothing wrong with being crazy.
Before I started to perform, I wanted to have an RV. So this last year doing the burlesque circuit like I did, driving around in a 2000 Jimmy and sleeping in the back of that small thing, I'd pass RVs and go, oh, that'd be nice. There's so much room.